All right, I have this grasshopper here, 0-turn riding lawnmower, 61-inch deck. I was showing you how to do maintenance today. There's 2 hydraulic filters right here. There's the number. If you want to change those, I'm not going to change those on those. So all I'm going to do is oil change, oil filter, grease it, put air in the tires. If you need to sharpen your blades, do it. And if you change these filters, back just on the left hand side, if you're sitting on the mower, there's a tank, a dipstick that you check your hydraulic fluid on. It goes right here. I don't know what really would go into that hydraulic system. I've never changed one of these on that end, so, but like I said, we're changing the oil filter, greasing it, airing up the tires, and if it needs blade sharpened, go ahead and do that. Alright, the first thing I'm going to get started on is we're going to change the oil, which you go underneath the mower, and right underneath here, there's a bolt. It's a 3/4 inch bolt. Loosen that up, and we're going to start letting that drain. While that's draining, then we're going to go ahead and check the oil, grease everything, change the blades. So yeah, your fingers will get covered in oil, so get a rag ready for it. Alright, now we're going to go on this side where the oil filter is. You probably should have some oil dry, because this is going to go places you probably don't want it to drain. Make sure you have an oil pan to catch your oil. And you're going to need an oil wrench, filter wrench. This is the type I got. It usually does a pretty good job. So we're going to go ahead and loosen this filter up. Sometimes it can be a nightmare, depending on who puts them on there. They shouldn't be tight like that. Alright, I got it loose, so I can turn it by hand now. So we're going to take that off. You need to take your oil filter off. Make sure you check it. Make sure there's that rubber O-ring that's still there. Which I'll show you on a new filter. It's this. See that rubber oil or rubber O-ring? O-ring. That's what you need. So we're going to grab some used oil. Put used oil around that on that. Oil filter's 1345 or 48. We're going to go ahead and get that put on, because there wasn't much oil right there. I haven't had this thing running today, so there wasn't going to be much oil in it. Alright, I told you the wrong oil filter. You need a 85064 filter, oil filter. Right there. Alright, right there's the filter number that you will need. I finally got the right one. I didn't have none on stock, so I had to go get a couple. So we want to get oil on that gasket and get that put back on. And tighten it up. Alright, while that's draining oil, we're going to check the air pressure in these. The back ones, if you want to check, it tells you on your sidewalls right here how many pounds of PSI of air that you're supposed to have in these tires. While you're at it, along these tires on one of these sides, they're greasable, so grease those. These aren't. The deck isn't, so I noticed that. So there isn't very many greasing areas. It's just the swiveling point, swiveling area over here, up front on them lower tires. So go ahead and get them greased. We're going to go ahead and put air in these tires. These are 28 pounds. Put 28 in them. And don't forget to do them both. Now these right here, like I said, on the sidewall right here, there's big letters. It says 22 pounds. Don't exceed over that. So we're going to go ahead and put 22 pounds into there. So once you got 22 pounds there, put your cap back on. I'll move you up to the front. Okay, these tires are solid, so there's no air that needs to be put in them. So go ahead and get these greased. The grease zerks are right there, as you see. Make sure you can see it. Kind of hard to do when you gotta stand for it. It's right there. So there, it'd be like that all the way around. All right. Once you're done greasing and checking all your air in your tires, we're gonna head and put our plug back in on the oil pan. Make sure you do that before you put the oil in. Yeah. And go ahead and tighten it up. Just like that. And don't forget, down on here where your oil pan's at, there's a dry shaft that runs across. There's grease zerks down right there. And then on the other side there is too. Over there. There's a grease zert over on that end too. So don't forget to grease those. Those are very important. Oh yeah, another thing is radiator fluid to check it. Take that off, take your screen off. Make sure your screen's clean, which I'm gonna blow this out. It needs to be blowed out. If you don't, it don't stay cool. So, all right, we're gonna take this off. Make sure when you take the radiator cap off that it's not hot, because if it is, it can have pressure and blow all over you and burn you. So it's full. It's to the top here. It's perfect. So before I put that on, I'm going to go ahead and blow this off. Alright, to get this piece back on, there's grooves that it sets in. And it just slides down in there and locks back in place. That keeps your radiator from filling up with a whole bunch of junk. Check your air filter. It's right here. Just 2 clips. That comes off. Unscrew your wing nut. We're going to take our oil cap off the top so I know, hey, it needs oil, so I don't forget and start it up and blow it up. So don't ever forget to do that. Very important to have oil in it. And it's pretty clean, so I'm not going to bother. As you see, it's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in. Tighten it up. And this says top, so make sure you got your cap facing towards the top. Just like that. Now we're ready. Check your fuel filter. which this one's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it, so I'm not going to bother changing that. We're going to head and start putting oil in it. That's 5W30 I'm putting in this one. Alright, and it takes about 2.5 quarts. So you're going to need about 3 quarts of oil. And just keep on checking your dipstick. And it's there now. So when I go start it up, it's going to drop some because of the oil filter, so it'll be about right there. It'll be perfect. We're going to leave it like it is. They said you're going to need about 3 quarts of oil. I think this took 2.5. Alrighty. And there you go. If your blades need to be sharp, take them off. Mine doesn't. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.